Yeah, so today's special. So who has been on these calls before? Some of you. All right, so we have some new individuals who haven't been here before. That's fantastic. We got Mauricio, who's here, which I know you mainly speak Spanish, but are you able to understand a good amount here? Or maybe you have your own personal translator. I'm not sure. But great to see you again. He had an amazing release. We did a group call on the Gin Argentina group. We had about 63 people there, and we did some translations and custom clearings, and man, that was powerful. And I just got to keep letting everybody in here. Awesome. Kira, welcome back. We had you on the live yesterday when we were talking about what we were going to do here tonight. You got to have some clearings, a lot of yawns and tears coming out and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, this is going to be powerful. My favorite part of these calls is, we do have a lot of specific things we're going to clear and bring up. But at one point, we will go into...
I was feeling nauseous.
Reaching out to those of you who are here and asking about some of your specific blocks. So we'll do a lot of basic clearings. And then I'm going to say, hey, who wants to raise their hand and share what's on the surface for them? What's some of your challenges that you're going through? And what I love about that is it's always super relatable to everybody else, and it just keys everyone in so well. One of the big necessary components to get a really profound clearing is when we're deeply keyed in to a negative emotion, right? As a lot of you know. And so while we're here to work on money blocks, there's specific astrological alignments that is keying everyone in to certain things. And so it's a really key and ideal time. So we have a special guest here that's going to share, who's incredibly proficient at the astrology readings, which I've seen personally hundreds of people get their astrology read, and it's all been so super duper on point, and it's been so incredibly profound. And we've even started working together with clients where she'll do an astrology reading, have the person understand like some of their biggest challenges and things, and then they come to me or we work together, and then we clear those specific things, and it's just crazy progress in what they're able to clear. And so this is really special. And so we have Lotus on the call, who's going to share some of those astrological alignments, which is always amazing, and everyone always loves your presentation. She has amazing energy, and she has quite the ability to clear from the oneness field as well. So I'm just going through and seeing everybody here. Wow, we got 3 pages of people. Yeah. So the main things we're going to cover are the full moon astrological alignment. So tonight's not the full moon, but tomorrow morning is. So we're kind of catching right before the full moon while everything's getting activated right now. And then after we do some of these specific alignments, like for example, worthiness is on the forefront, feeling grounded with the material world, saving money versus spending money. And we're going to talk to Lotus so she can explain in more detail really key things, which is exciting. And I'm going to share a couple wins. You know, there's been other individuals like yourself with families like yours who have come on these calls and had big wins. And so to help you guys keep your attention on what we're doing and to know that this is so worthy of your time, I'm going to share a couple success stories. So we have Nick, who's a fellow Gin member, as a lot of you guys are. And he attended actually a money clearing call very much. Actually, no, he didn't attend it. He watched the recording. He wasn't even on live. And so he messages me. He's like, man, you got a gift. I was like, wait, I don't really have the gift. I just put in a lot of time to this. Some gifts, but it's really mostly effort. And he was sharing how his moment-to-moment joy increased, and he felt a lot better, right? And sending me blessings. But I was reminded, I was like, because I'm not gifted, right? These techniques can be used by anybody. And so the biggest opportunities are the challenges we have. I was abused when I was younger. My dad, great guy, fantastic. He stepped up when other guys didn't. But, he did have an anger thing, and it highly affected me, as I'm sure some of you can relate. And so that challenge turned into me really searching for answers, which is why I believe the reason why I've gotten to the level I'm at is because of these challenges. If it wasn't for these challenges, I'd probably be just maybe a normie, but, on the outside, I looked like a normal, sweet child, went to Catholic school, went to St. Mary's school. But I had a neighbor who made a painting of me. And I just noticed as I looked at this years later, like such a flat face, not really happy when I was going through that. And so I went through and I learned a ton of different methods. I became a professional hypnotist. I explored that whole thing and went and learned the TFT tapping at the highest degree. I learned all about it, became super proficient in it. Got trained in the best technology as well, which bioenergetic synchronization technique, and a lot of other methods. And so through doing that work, I was able to go up to my dad and just forgive him without him doing anything. I came to the realization, I got to the place where I was just like, hey, Dad, you know what? I forgive you. I could just understand, and I had compassion for the man. We all have challenges. We're not born with a manual, right? And that wouldn't have been possible if I wasn't doing the work like you're going to do here today, right? And so I've gone on and I've performed nationwide on hundreds of different stages. I've been on MTV, Alex Jones, and been interviewed in a lot of different places. So it's not that I have a gift. The gift was the challenge. So if you guys are in a challenge right now, we're focused on money specifically, this is a gateway. These challenges, they're a gateway into the time track of blocks you have. So if you're feeling financial stress or pressure or whatever it might be, you're tuning in to dimensions of yourself, and that is the most profound opportunity to have the biggest shift ever. Otherwise, if things are going great, it's like you could tap on your body and do these processes, and it's slightly beneficial. But when you're super keyed in, that's when you totally change your past, your future, and it's an extraordinary opportunity. Anybody excited for this? Yeah, this is the real deal. You're going to get it. This is real. So Nick came back, and that's great. He feels good. Everyone, leaves and feels good most of the time. Hey, you can do clearings and then stuff comes up and, you have more stuff to face. That can happen too. I just want to make sure you know that. And so he comes back and he says, by the way, my business went from $1,300 to $13,000 in 6 weeks. Way to go, Nick. And way to go, Nick's family, so he can support his family, right? So this is real. We got Minda, who she attended a free workshop, and she went out, and what did she do?
When I worked with Michael, you wouldn't believe it. I kept winning when I was playing the machines. I was gambling. I started breathing it out. And all of a sudden,
Michael,
my machines were just hitting and hitting.
You cannot hear Minda.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, without me messing with all kinds of audio settings, she went to our clearing workshop. She then went to the casino with $100, and her machines kept hitting and hitting and hitting, as she was saying right there. And she went home with over $3,000. And she usually goes to the casino to unwind and doesn't usually win that much. And then she came on another workshop after this, and she was sharing how because of using energy clearing, she ended up helping someone on a plane and got 1 million miles from Delta for saving a kid's life and preventing the plane from turning around. And then landed $1 million contract doing energy clearing with people in Vegas, which is so amazing. Then we have Caroline, who worked with me, and you probably can't even see that, but basically, as an artist, she generated around $4,000, 48 hours after we worked together. And those are just a few of the success stories that I got sent. You know, people who have landed their dream jobs right after doing these clearings and things like that. So yeah, you can do this too. Now, not everybody's going to get an instant manifestation, but some of you will. And if you don't get an instant manifestation, hey, it's okay. You're on track, right? So my suggestion is continue clearing, right? Because we all have hundreds and thousands, if not way more, of blocks to clear. And yeah, so today we're actually here, thankfully, because Lotus was like, Michael, we really got to do a clearing call, which is why this was very short notice. And so I'm like, really, right now? Like, I got to like make slides right now and like send out an email. So I sent the email like 3 hours ago or something. And I'm surprised how many people showed up. It's amazing. So we have Lotus here. And if you wouldn't mind, Lotus, maybe we can understand what's going on right now. And as we understand what's going on, we can learn what's being keyed in. And as Lotus shares these certain alignments that are happening, notice how you're feeling. And I would encourage you to take some notes and kind of like jot some things down that are triggering with money right now. Right? It's all about right now, how you feel, what's being triggered, what's being brought to the surface. And so she's going to talk about a lot of things, and it's going to get you keyed in. We're going to start clearing these things. Then I'm going to be reaching out to you, and you're going to hear other people's stories, or you're going to hop on, and you're going to get keyed in even more. And this is going to be exciting. So, Lotus, I believe did I make you co-host yet? Yeah, I did. Good. Okay. And so, would you like to share some of what's the most important, biggest thing that's coming to the surface right now?
Yeah. So if I could distill it down to one focus, and of course there's a lot, it would have to do with our internal worth and value, right? Do we on a deep soul level value ourselves? Are we looking externally for external validation? Right?
And what alignment is this specifically that's bringing this up?
Okay, yeah. So we have the sun, Venus, the billionaire planet, Jupiter, the millionaire planet, and I'll explain a little more about why I call them that, and Uranus, which is change, all in the constellational sign of Taurus. Okay, and so Taurus in astrology represents the energy of our foundation of value, how we value ourselves, what we value in the world, It relates to our material expression. It relates to our bank account. It relates to money. It relates to our security, our safety, our grounding. Taurus is the preeminent earth sign. It is number 2 in the zodiacal wheel. And it relates to when we come onto this earth, we begin to amass the ability to eat, to wear clothing, okay, to have a foundation from which to build our universe, right? To create our wealth. And so I was talking to Michael earlier, and I was saying, when we look at clearing this, right? And why is this so powerful right now? Why is this so activated, right? We have these planets in this sign, but why is the night before the full moon so powerful? And that is because at the full moon time, the moon is in direct polarity or opposition. That is, it's directly across the chart from the sun. And so the sun and the moon become in polarity at the full moon time. So there creates a tension, right? It creates a tension between two forces. And so what are the two forces? One is Taurus, which is stability. It's grounding. It's earth. It's our structure. It's our foundation. It's this material universe, including money and value and the billions, right? This is why we came here. And then exactly opposite is the moon in Scorpio. And what is Scorpio? You know, you might want to write in the chat if you all know about Scorpio. So Scorpio energy is the quintessential opposite of this. It is letting go of our material attachments. It is surrendering to the higher soul, the soul purpose, the spiritual path, right, of our divine alignment.
Yeah.
And so Scorpio is the secrets that are buried in our subconscious that are blocking us
Wow.
from moving forwards. Yeah.
Now, that's kind of what this is all about, right? Clearing the stuff in the background, that stuff keeps manifesting and keeping us from being who we are and who we want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Deep depth. Scorpio is that deep depth. It's things that are buried down in that subconscious mind that are in the way of us manifesting our security, our stability, our big money, right? Our physical manifestations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I saw this. Whew.
Yeah, go ahead. You saw
I
what?
saw this and I contacted you because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because not only that, but Venus is the billionaire planet. Okay. Venus, the goddess energy, the divine feminine, that creative power of the universe is literally conjunct Jupiter, the millionaire planet right now, like tonight. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's being amplified by the sun and then it's being polarized by this full moon energy. And I just went, wow, what could be possible here, right? What is the possibility we could co-create with your help, Michael, to clear these blocks?
Absolutely. Okay, amazing. Thank you for this opportunity here. So what does that really look like? So okay, we have a 55 of you here right now with us, or 53, and because there's Lotus and I, and then 53 of our friends here. I believe we're also streaming on YouTube, if I did that correctly. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description if you want to come join us live on the call. So what does this really mean? So worthiness, being valuable, knowing our value, right? Like did we grow up knowing we're valuable, and are we trying to make up for value? Like, what are we putting in place that tries to make us ourselves valuable because we're making up for it? Like, are we buying a watch or getting a fancy car because we don't feel valuable? So when we have that, then we feel valuable. What does it really look like for someone that you've noticed?
Yeah. So one thing I shared with you, Michael, earlier was that when we do astrology, each of the signs and the houses relate to a developmental era in our life. And so Aries, the first sign, relates to birth, right? The first essence expression of who we are, right? So if you have issues at that time, you might have issues with leadership. Whereas Taurus, which is the second sign, relates to the area of time between about 6 months and a year, or maybe 6 months to 2 years old. And so it relates to when we're first developing our sense of value in relation to our parents, right? Are our parents loving us? Are they giving us the attention and the validation that we need to feel like we're innately valuable, that we have worth?
There we go.
Right? That who we are has sustenance, and that we can go out into the world and we can create value through our beingness, right? And so if that was not 100% perfect, what is that showing up as now?
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, my question, everybody. So that seems like we can really dial into that. Like, how were we treated as children, or how did we notice things around us as children that could have prevented us from knowing our worth? Right? Lotus, are you still there?
I'm still here.
You're still on the screen somewhere. Oh, they're in the middle. Okay.
Somewhere.
I just wanted to look at it everywhere as we kind of key that in.
Sure.
Okay. Does anybody here have an example of that? Because I know that some of you probably are like, okay, I have an idea, and some of you might be, I'm still kind of trying to think of something. Because if you can dial into specific memories while we do this, you just get right into it, right? So if anyone has an example, one or two or three of you, of when you were a child, you want to share and help this whole group get keyed into a specific frequency to clear.
Right.
What was the time that you didn't feel valued as a child? And you feel like you had to make up for it in some kind of way?
Should we just speak or raise our hand?
Sounds good.
Go for it. What do you remember and recall and notice?
Yes. As about 2 years old, actually, I remembered that I was liked when my mother was near, but when my mother went away from me, the siblings did not like me. They weren't happy about me being there. And when I grew up, they confirmed it. One never really spoke to me growing up. And when he got older, he said he couldn't stand me because he was the baby before me. And they felt like me coming took the attention of our parents away. So I was very aware of that as a little baby, that I was wanted as long as my parents were near, but not when they were gone.
And what does that make you feel when you think back to then, and how you felt, and how you feel when you think about it still?
Unsafe, very unsafe without the guardians.
Okay, so unsafe. Very good. So I would jot that down and think about that as we clear in just a few minutes here. Very amazing. Thank you for sharing. Dr. Walker, thank you. Anyone else want to share? And I'm going
How about
back.
being spanked?
Go ahead.
That's one thing I think as a child that can traumatize and compromise any of our value as a person is being spanked as, discipline. Not that, we hold that as a grudge because we know they didn't know what they didn't know. And, they just did what they knew. But that definitely can compromise one's value. Spankings.
Right. And so when you think about that, what are the programs that run through your mind, the phrases, the ideas about yourself when you think back then? What do you think or recall was running through your mind?
It's like Did I lose my importance? Like, did I lose my significance? Did I lose? Am I still your child?
Right. So,
You know?
I'm a failure. I'm not important.
Yeah. I'm not loved.
I'm not loved.
I'm hated, actually. I'm being attacked.
So I encourage you to write those 4 things down. I'm a failure, not loved. I'm not important. I'm hated, or I hate myself. All of those things.
Okay. Thank you.
This is great. Thank you for being vulnerable.
Yes, sir.
And sharing. Is everyone starting to feel it now? Which is why we do this, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Any other examples? Right? And you're starting, and I know that you.
I got one, Michael.
Yep. Go ahead.
Um,
Barbara, go ahead.
When I was a child, I had an uncle that was way too friendly, way too friendly. Nothing really happened, but it was not correct.
Yeah.
And whenever I tried to tell my parents about it, they just dismissed it, said he was just being an uncle, and they never would, never believe me or give it any value that I knew something was wrong and something wasn't right. But they it's not that they chose to believe him; they just wouldn't believe me that it was anything. And I didn't know. I just knew something wasn't right, but they didn't back me up on it.
And how did that make you feel?
Not believed, just kind of that I was misinterpreting things, and is only when later he kind of made some passes at my mother that she finally put it all together. He would give me a quarter not to tell anybody, what was going on.
Yeah.
I was a kid, and I'd even tell her that, and they just didn't think that was any big deal at all. So it was kind of,
So
it kind of was confusing. It was confusing because I went to,
Yeah. So
you always respect your elders, supposed to, no matter what.
Yeah. So notice that. So we can start to analyze and make sense of it today. But notice as you felt, if you bring that up, you still if that's not released, all those programs and everything is probably activated in your subconscious. So things like, they don't believe me. No one listens to me. Might be some of your programs, right? Something like that. Tony, you had your hand up. Go ahead. Thank you for sharing. Then we're going to jump into clearing.
Yeah, hi, Michael.
Hi.
Yeah, so for me, very clear experience when I was 6 years old, 6 weeks into first grade, after a lot of testing and things being pulled out of class, I got double promoted. So I got moved up into second grade. Wow. And that Friday afternoon, when I got introduced to the second grade teacher, it was like, the way I see it now, and at that point in my life is when I turned the light off and stopped shining. Because when the light shined on me, I got taken away from all my friends and everything that I knew.
So when you say light shined on me, what really was going on?
Yeah, well, when I turn my own light on, when I perform at my fullest, at full expression, full everything, the attention got me exactly, it got me taken away from my tribe.
Yeah. So, okay, this is perfect. So when I perform at my fullest or I express myself fully, I lose all my friends.
Right.
And et cetera. So how do you feel, or how did you feel then, and how do you feel now when you describe it?
Yeah, well, at the time I was, a crying mess at 6 years old. How I feel now is, still hesitation when it comes to the, the final stage to really go to the next level. And, I pull back or, so.
Great example.
Stop short.
Okay, so I encourage everyone to kind of, there's a lot of stuff we just brought up. What was the most intense that is still with you now? I want you to notice that. Rub your sore spots. On the top of the chest, you have a sensitive area. You just rub it in a circle in the middle of on the top of the pectoral muscle. Take the back of your fingers, rub in a circle, and you say something like this. You practice acceptance. Even though I feel this, I love and accept myself. Even though I feel this blank, even though I feel unsafe, I love and accept myself, as one example is. When you think of these memories, and maybe if you're keyed into someone's story, if you're keyed in and it's hard to focus on, or you notice that there's pain there, it's likely you have something that's there as well. It's very similar. Even though I feel this, I love and accept myself, and name it. Tap the side of your hands. All right? Unworthiness, I'm not valuable, no one's listening to me, I can't perform at my best, I'm a failure, they don't love me. Side of the hands again, continue. I can and I want to get over this. You're going to do the head squeeze exercise to release toxic energy. So it's going to be squeezing on the exhale. So you have, doesn't matter which hand on the forehead, hand on the back of the head. You're going to inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to squeeze just a few grams of pressure. 9 times total as you focus on how you feel with this. Okay, and so notice the focus you had. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you still feel it. And think about that memory as specific as possible to key it in as best as possible. Right? Like Tony, he's going to imagine him 6 years old going back up again and performing at his best, and noticing on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does he still feel it? Right? And Barbara is going to talk about how they don't believe me, even though all this stuff happened. Right? And so forth. So think about those specific examples as best as possible. Rate it on a scale of 1 through 10 right now for yourself. Notice the sensations. Notice what the emotions are. Tap your collarbone as you keep your focus there. Tap the side of your hands. Chin. Head squeeze on the exhale breath twice, again, focusing on it. Side of the hands after that. You're going to take your right hand, you're going to make like a knuckle punch, and you're going to put these contacts of the knuckles, which is a positive polarity, onto that collarbone point. So some of you hopefully know where the collarbone point is with all these places. Just underneath the collarbone, between the open ribs, about 1 inch or 1.5 centimeters out from the center. Right hand on the left side. At the same time, you're going to tap on the back of the hand, which is in between your pinky and ring finger metatarsal bones. Okay. And I want you to focus on that again. Focus on the moment or the emotion, the sensations of not feeling valued by your family, your parents, etc., your friends, your teachers. Deep breath in, hold at the top. Hold. Exhale halfway out, hold. Exhale all the way out. Hold. Halfway in, hold. And just breathe normally now. Okay, now notice as you think about the same thing again on a scale of 1 to 10, what is it now? Is this still a charge? If there is, how much? Did it change to something else? If it did, what's the charge on that? Tony, what do you notice now as you were just focusing on your example?
Yeah, so for me, it's really like being punished for doing my best is really what I was focused on.
So that's great. So now you have a new cognition and more clarity on the circumstance, right?
Yes.
Right? So very common. Okay. So notice what clarity or how it may have changed for you, because it's not over. There's more to go, right? Okay. So this is going to be a deep release for everybody. You know how you have chakras in your body? I'm sure everyone is familiar with that, right? You got a heart chakra, you got a root chakra. Okay, I want you to focus on going 7 chakras down below your root. And so you got your root at the base of your hips, right? And then you have a chakra that's around your knees. You have a chakra that is at your feet. That's 2 chakras down. You have one below that, which is 3. And go down 4, 5, 6, 7. Side of the hands. Focus on the event, how you feel on that chakra. Head squeeze on exhale 3 times with that focus. You're going to blow out that toxic energy. Rub the sore spot, still with that focus there, and acknowledge how you still feel about those moments and memories. Tony, what do you got? We can hear you as an example. Everyone feel and notice and accept what you feel.
Yeah, as I started out, had kind of worked it up to the surface to about an 8 or 9, and back down to a 5 and lowering from there, a 4 and 3 now.
Very good. Nice yawning, Michael. You getting the releases, fantastic. And so, what do you still notice that you can acknowledge as you think about this? Being punished for you being you, right? You notice how that's stopping his value. Like, I'm not valuable. I shouldn't express who I am, right? This is perfect. So for him, an example would be he's focusing on his -7 chakra. Even though I feel punished for being me, I still love and accept myself. You can notice how that just accepting the punishment as it was and not keeping the contraction on it now allows the energy to flow. It can still be there as a memory, but it now loses its mass. It doesn't matter as much, right? Matter, mass, density. So Tony, what do you notice now?
Yeah, acceptance for those who I thought wronged me, and acceptance for people in the future that try to do the same thing.
Okay, great. So let's everybody think about the people involved who may have mistreated us as a child. There's a common one. Rub the sore spot. Acknowledge how you feel about that person and what they did. Tony, please, if you can kind of lead us with the example, that'd be great. See the yawning.
Even though my parents thought they were doing the best thing for me, I love and accept myself.
Okay, that's a great positive way to say it, but let's really acknowledge how you felt about it.
Even though I felt torn.
There we go.
Taken from my happy place.
Yep. It's okay. I love and accept myself.
I love and accept myself.
And for everybody, even if I never get over this stuff and with what happened, I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself. Just releasing the need to get over it releases the contraction. Because you needing to have a certain result puts more contraction on it. Does everybody have a person they're thinking of? The face in their mind, the words that they said, the circumstance that happened. Right? Front of the room, parents, in the bedroom, in the living room. Where were you? How did it feel bad? Where was the pain? Tap your pinky finger. Chin. Index finger on the side of the thumb, right next to the fingernail. I allow myself to let this go. Large intestine. Deep breath in and out. Okay. Tony, what do you notice now? As you think about your parents and what they did and how they were. Getting punished. They punished you.
Yeah. Just feeling confusion by everyone involved.
Yep. Side of the hands. Sore spot. Even though I feel this confusion. It's okay. I love and accept myself. Everyone's doing great. There's a lot of power following along. I've seen it so many times. Good yawning. Okay. The yawn is unconsciousness releasing, which is great. Allow yourself to yawn. Go back to 7 chakras below your body. And then tap at the side of your hands. I want to be even better at getting over this. Side of the eyes. Same focus. I will always be even better at getting over this. Collarbone. I am always even better at getting over this. Keep your attention on it. See, hear, feel, touch, notice. Sore spot again. And notice again now how you feel. Right? We're peeling the layers. I specifically have a slide with an onion. This is what's going on here. Getting to the heart of it. Okay, Tony, where you at?
Yeah. Just releasing all the pain for all of us, me and my parents. It's painful for them to make that decision too.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a great place to be. So now you're starting to have compassion and you're noticing them and their feelings. Very good. Okay, anything else you want to share about that?
I'm sitting with this for a minute.
Okay. What do you notice and feel?
Just how much they cared for me and still do,
Yeah.
and made the best decision that they could at that point.
All right. Okay, let's all tap our pinky fingers and we're going to practice forgiveness. So this is the heart meridian, by the way. Okay. And there's a 3-step forgiveness process that works so good. I forgive the person. I forgive my mom, my dad, the teacher for what they did, for punishing me, and then add in compassion and understanding. They were just trying to do their best to teach me a lesson so I could be a great person, right? So I forgive the person for what they did, and then play the understanding game. And repeat that 3 times. Tony, how would you say it?
Can you lead me through it?
Sure. So I forgive my parents?
Yeah, I forgive my parents
for punishing me, right?
For punishing me for doing my best.
Because why would they do that?
Because they didn't know how much it hurt me.
And they're probably doing their best, right?
They didn't have a parenting manual. They were just doing their best.
Yeah. Okay. Do it one more time.
I forgive my parents for punishing me for doing my best.
Yeah. Feel your heart open.
They did the best with what they had. And I know it hurt them too.
Yeah. I forgive them.
And I forgive them completely.
Good. Deep breath in and out. Okay, go back to 7 chakras below your root. Head squeeze on exhale 3 times. And release the last bit of that. Okay, how do you feel now?
Yeah, feeling a lot lighter.
Yeah. So when there's blocks below the root like that, you can imagine how it's cutting off you just feeling grounded about yourself, right? This is for everybody. Like, we're tuning into everybody here, right? We all got blocks like this. And so those are very profound corrections. Thank you so much for stepping up to the plate here to help us have an example to follow, right?
Yeah.
Anybody
Thanks
else?
for allowing me.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else have something to share with what we just were going through? And maybe if you're still stuck in a thing, please raise your hand and unmute.
I just want to say with mine, this is Dr. Walker again. I got really bright light over top of my crib where I remember experiencing this. And then when you spoke about forgiveness, now with all of my training and all the things I do, I have an issue with forgiveness. And when you spoke about the forgiveness, immediately a situation came to mind where I was betrayed in an organization, and then anger came. And it's like, I don't want to forgive. I feel like forgiveness gives the other person freedom. And I want them to get back what they've done. I'm not one of these people that just says, oh, well, turn the other cheek. No, I'm not interested. So I can feel my body, the anger that came up. And I'm always saying I want to work on the anger. But I saw when you spoke about forgiveness that anger is connected to that lack of forgiveness.
Thank you for being very real and human about not wanting to forgive when someone betrays you.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Let's go straight to this. And I want to just give everyone a moment. Okay, who are you having a hard time forgiving if you are with someone who's done something wrong to you, betrayed you, hurt you, gave you pain, and you don't want to forgive them, right? This little pinky tapping thing, no, that's not going to work for me. There's more. Okay? And please unmute. I'm gonna lead you through this, and you're gonna be a great example, and everyone's gonna be able to learn from this as well.
Okay.
You're gonna rub the sore spots And you're going to just acknowledge, even though I don't want to forgive this person, I still love and accept myself.
Even though I don't want to forgive those who betrayed me, I still love and accept myself.
Who's the one person that comes to mind? So we could group everyone, but it's going to be less of a profound clearing if we just focus on like, what's the one person that comes to mind when you're just like the most triggering or
yep. Right?
Anthony. Well, you don't have to say
yes.
his name, but it's okay. So even though I don't want to forgive Anthony for what he did, I love and accept myself.
Even though I don't want to forgive Anthony for what he did, I love and accept myself. Whew.
Yep. Tap the side of your hands. Do the sore spot again, and now I want you to go deeper on that. Like, what is, when you focus on trying to forgive him, what does it really make you feel? Anger, sadness, what is there still?
Rage, anger and rage.
Good. Even though I am so angry and raging with what he did, I love and accept myself.
Even though I'm so angry and raging for what he did, I love and accept myself.
There you go. Okay, you're going to do the head squeeze on exhale 11 times, focusing on that. Focus on that rage. It's okay to feel it. Notice it. Head squeeze with it. Christopher, I hope you're not driving while you're squeezing your head and tapping us. Good to see you, brother. Do not head squeeze while you're driving, please. Okay, Dr. Walker, still working on it. Good, nice.
I'm finished.
Side of the hands now. Okay, now when you think about forgiving him, what do you notice now? Still anger and rage, different emotion, and how intense?
I see like a sliding, like going down a bit. Like I have some space. Before I had no space around me whatsoever. Yeah. Now I feel like there's like a chasm below me where I can move. I'm not as tight.
There we go. Good. That's good progress. So where is the tightness still, if there still is some there?
In my jaws. In my jaw.
Fantastic. Good. Notice the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you feel that tightness in your jaw?
Oh, about 7.5.
7.5. Very precise.
Yes.
Very good. Take a deep breath in and out the mouth as you focus on it. Tap on the back of your hand. Gamut spot. As you focus on it. Hum out loud as you're focusing on it. There you go. Okay, how much do you still feel the tightness in your jaw now?
And I would say like a 3, and that could be just a memory manifesting. But
what's that?
Because I'm smiling, so yeah, I think about a 3.
You think about a 3.
Yeah, I'm crying too. So it's about a 3.
Yeah. So you feel the 3. So you can, that's the tricky thing, because like you go through this and like,
okay.
yeah, I think I saw a number flash in my mind. It's awareness, right? So you go back and okay. Your unit of time, and this is for everybody too, not just you, right? You're going back and you're feeling, okay, tightness in the jaw. How much do I still feel it, or did it change to something else?
It's a 3, and I also got a smile in. I just smiled again, so
good. So focus on
couldn't be that tight.
Yeah, fantastic. So focus on that 3. And this is a tricky part because you got to release, and then you're like, I feel so much
Okay.
better. Now,
Okay.
celebrate for a minute. Good. Now, okay. Focus back on that 3. Notice where the 3 is. Notice precisely where it is, how you feel it, where it is. Does it have a color? Does it have a movement?
Wow.
Tap the side of your hands. See, now we just dialed you into that last bit.
Okay.
Head squeeze on exhale once as you focus on it. And let it go.
Yeah.
Now, what do you notice?
That's gone, and I see the frown. The frown. I'm sad. Jeez, I'm sad at the betrayal. I'm sad. It's the anger. I don't feel that in the jaw anymore. My lower mouth just went down, so it's a frown, a slight frown there.
That's an amazing awareness, and this is the and I just want to show everybody, this is the trick with reversals. What feels good feels bad, and what you think is bad feels good. So it's kind of like when you laugh at something serious, it's kind of like releasing the tension. It's like it's not really a funny thing, but you're reversed on it, right? There's a reversal.
Yes, sir.
So great awareness. So you
Thank
have the frown
you.
now. What do you have the frown about?
He watched my life partner die in front of me and then betrayed my family after he died in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm sad. Yeah, I'm sad that he left us the way he left us after my life partner left us. It's like a double whammy. He's dead.
Yeah.
Why would you leave us this way? And gave us all COVID. It's just horrible.
Here.
And you left us, never checked on us, never cared to check on us. And I've checked on you for 2 years.
While you're saying the side of hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I checked on him. Yeah. For 20 years, I checked on him.
Okay.
Made sure he
sore spot. Acknowledge the feeling. Even though I have all these feelings of what happened, I love and accept myself.
Even though I have all these feelings of what happened, I love and accept myself.
Even though all these things happen, God still loves me.
Even though all these things happen, I don't believe no God loves me, but God loves me.
Even though this happened, I'll get through it.
Even though this happened, I'll get through it.
Yeah, you're doing great. What else do you notice that you can acknowledge? Even though I don't think God loves me, I love and accept myself. Or there is a God, right?
Yeah, even though I don't think a God loves me, I still love and accept myself.
How does that feel?
Feels really good, and that everybody's with me here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just had a big correction there. So notice how you feel. Head squeeze on exhale 4 times. Thanks, everybody, for following along and being here. We do it for you as well. And if it's in your experience on this call right now as you're joining us, it's likely that you may have something that's being triggered and keyed in with her, so we can all release this together. Side of the hands after that. Rub your sore spot again and notice how you feel now. Even though you feel what now?
Even though I've feel alive and didn't think I could. I love and accept myself.
Okay, that's a win. Good.
Jeez.
Good. Awesome. I want everybody, congratulations for Dr. Walker for stepping up and sharing that story and being vulnerable. And I'm glad you got some releases here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, everybody.
How are you feeling? Are you good?
Yes, I'm a lot better. And I'll just book appointments with you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah. The power of acknowledging how you feel, like for real, is, I mean, even with the God block, it's okay you feel like that. It's okay if you have those feelings. I hate myself. I don't, no one, God doesn't love me, my parents. It's okay. You just acknowledge it. And once you just have a different perspective. It's so special. All right. How's everyone doing? Well, that was powerful. We got to let Gio back in. All right. Lotus. What else do you got for us?
Well, that was powerful. I'm so proud of everyone for playing full on and really going there, because that is what this opportunity brings. And so thank you. Thank you for what you're doing for not only us, but for yourself, but for everyone on this planet, right? As you clear this stuff, it's like a huge ripple through the consciousness of the planet. And so thank you. Thank you. All right. So back to this focus, right, of what is happening with the sun and the the Venus, the billionaire planet, and the Jupiter planet. What are some core key issues to heal here? And I'm not sure. I think I froze a little bit there, but I'm just going to keep talking.
It's okay. It's like a blog show or
awesome.
Podcast.
Yeah,
right?
It's like a blog podcast. So one thing that Taurus really talks about is survival, right?
Yeah.
Survival, like the base level, like security, safety. Do you have enough food to eat? Do you have shelter? Are you able to provide for yourself? Taurus is all about providing for oneself. And so what happened in our lives between the ages of, say, 6 months to 3 years? Was there any upheaval? Was there any stress around our ability to be supported financially, materially? Did we have security in our home? Did we have security in our bodies? Did we have safety? So safety and security really kind of build that foundation for this full moon energy around wealth, around if we want to create wealth, we have to go down to the base. We have to go to the foundation. Are we safe and secure at our very level? Do we feel like we have enough security and safety to create more, right? To expand that ability to create wealth.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really get with tonight, is that base level. What was it like for us as children around stability, around safety and security, especially with money, right? Especially with material things, food, clothing, the love from our family. Did we get the security of a strong attachment bond to our mother and father, right? So what was our security? What was our safety like as children?
Okay. Everyone, please put your hand over your solar plexus, third chakra. Focus on safety and security. Tap on the side of the hand while it's there. I want to be even better at getting over not feeling safe and secure. Keep your hand there on your chin. I am even better at getting over not feeling safe and secure. Let the images play in your mind and notice what you think and feel. Allow it to come up. Welcome it. Hold your hand there and tap your middle finger. I have always been even better at getting over not feeling safe and secure. Side of the eye, I will always be even better at getting over not feeling safe and secure. And then collarbone, I am always even better at getting over not feeling safe and secure. Deep breath in and out. And it might be my screen that's frozen with you. I have everyone else. Let me see if I can change like the view here. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Safety and security. How do you see that playing in someone's life as an example?
Okay. So when they were growing up, right, did mom and dad have enough money? Right? Was there a sense of stability and security around the basic needs like toilet paper, like food in the cupboard?
Right. Okay,
like
so
money in the bank account.
Okay, so any lack of security with all your needs as a child, can you recall any of those? Hand over the heart, tap the pinky, and acknowledge what didn't you have, what wasn't there, what made you feel unsafe and unsecure. And if you can't think of anything, just think about not feeling safe or secure when I was younger. You're focusing on the center of your chest. Keep your hand there. Tap the top of your head. Not feeling safe or secure as a child. Deep breath in and out. Okay? Very good. Now we're going to go to our panel here. Anybody have stuff come up you want to share? Not feeling safe or secure as a child. What comes up? I see Augustine, you just you're nodding your head. You want to share? You can't talk? No microphone or something? Okay. You can put it in the chat if you want. Anybody else? No. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Lotus, if you're there still. I don't know if she's there.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Hey, when you find somebody, just quick something. Mauricio asked me to ask you that while he's tapping, he feels passion in his arms and legs. You know what they're called.
You know, I can't really hear you that well. It's almost like the microphone is like behind you in the corner or something. This is what it
Oh, my God. Is this better?
Not really, but give it another shot.
All right, let's see. Mauricio asked me if to ask you, while he's tapping, he feels passion in his arms and legs. Do you know what the cause may be?
He feels passionate about what?
He feels passion in his arms and legs while he's tapping.
I can't really understand what you're saying. He feels...
Let me type it.
Yeah, good. Type it. That'd be better. Yeah. I think we might have lost Lotus with the connection. That can happen sometimes. So this is a good time. This is a good moment. Like, what's coming up for you about money in the past, in the present, in the future? I'm ready. What's the next one? Oh, Augustine.
Michael, just what Gio was saying was that.
Yeah, what's he saying?
Mauricio was feeling passion in his arms and legs, so I'm not sure what he means by passion.
Is that a good thing?
Maybe he means fire.
Passion, energy. I mean, that can happen a lot, right? Anybody else who didn't speak, you feeling sensations or noticing releases right now? Couple nods. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Gio, while I was taping, I could feel a passion in my arms and legs. Tapping. That's great. What's the cause? Okay, what's the cause when you feel passion or energy? I'm assuming he's saying energy. He's thinking energy, right? What happens is, and I kind of have a slide that might show this, because sometimes you might feel tingling, or you might yawn, or you feel heat, or you feel like a whoosh kind of sensation. Well, you have energy meridians, and you have energy flowing through them. And when the block releases, you then have energy that flows through finally. And so you get a sensation. It's there the whole time. But all of a sudden, you get it flushes through. That's why you would feel heat. Just like you have an electronics that has a lot of energy flowing through and it gets hot after you use it, the energy flows through the nerves and creates friction. Right? So those are some of the reasons, if that makes sense. Peter, you got your hand up. What do you got?
Yeah, when I was younger, I remember when I was 10 or something, my father went bankrupt. And I still I forgive everybody that I wasn't getting seriously when I was younger, but I still have something in my mind that, I don't know what is that, but it doesn't let the blockages to be released. No, it's just like a pressure in my head. Not too much, but
yeah,
it's just
good.
Yeah.
Okay. This is great. Okay, so think about times, and this brings up a really good place. Have you ever remembered times where your parents fought about money? Or you seen it happen? Or you got yelled at for, we don't have enough money for that, right? What put a shock and a stop talking about money as a potential scenario that everyone can kind of tune into? And you're specifically thinking about when your father went bankrupt and you're noticing a pressure.
Yeah.
So focus on that. Tap the side of your hands. Rub the sore spots and acknowledge the pressure. Even though I have this pressure thinking about my father going bankrupt, I love and accept myself as an example. How would you say it with your own words and awareness?
I usually said in my mind, but I said that even though my father went bankrupt, I still accept myself.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to fix you here. Your sore spots are, it's not so much on the shoulders, but you're kind of on the top pectoral muscles, a little down on the chest. There you go. Go ahead again. I'm sorry.
No. I was just listening.
Okay,
yeah,
so now how much do you feel the pressure on your shoulders now? Or did it change?
It's just like the pressure on my shoulder just fading away, and my my head still the same.
Head squeeze on exhale 9 times as you focus on that. Squeezing on the exhale, focusing on the pressure. What sensations, feelings, or thoughts and visions do you have when you think about shock events as a child with your parents? Yelling, screaming, denying. Side of the hands. A lot of times when we do the head squeeze, it's releasing toxic energy. So the side of the hands is usually a great correction afterwards, because it's usually toxic energy, which throws people into a little bit of reversal, toxin reversal, which then usually corrects that pretty fast.
Yeah, the blockages and the little bit of the pressure on top of my head is just like the first chakra. It's kind of like the coming out with the white light, I'm assuming. I don't see it, but I feel it.
So how much do you feel the pressure now when you think about what happened with your father going bankrupt and such? So you get it keyed in, notice how you feel.
It was almost around 6. Right now it's almost 2.5.
And how do you experience that 2.5?
It's just like the a little bit lighter around my head. I feel really.
Tap your pinky finger. Top of the head. Deep breath in and out the mouth. Tap on the back of your hand. And as you are, allow yourself to breathe deep and easy and gracefully into your lower abdomen while you focus on the center of your head, thinking about this. Right? A lot of those thoughts and memories can drain the energy in your head, and this exercise is great to kind of refill the energy. Okay, now how much do you feel it? Or did it change into something else?
I don't know how it works, but it disappeared.
Yeah, you got a good smile. All right, fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for volunteering and bringing that up. Yeah, it's really key. You know, there's moments, especially like, because, you know, you associate with your father, right? You get the same last name and everything. And so what happens to him, you know, it kind of gets added on to how you view yourself, right? And so clearing that's so key. You can still have the memory, but are you still attached and, you know, holding on to it still, which makes the difference. Very good. Thanks for volunteering. And I think we have Lotus back. She took a little trip. She's back for more. How are we doing here for time?
Doing great.
Oh, we're doing great. Oh, we're progressing well. I'm surprised. It's only been 40 minutes. Usually the time flies so fast. Loving it. Okay. So, what is the next clearing we can do?
Well, here's something really interesting, Michael.
What's that?
Is that each of the planets relate to a part of the body. So the Taurus energy relates to the throat chakra and to speaking, to singing, and to expressing our truth. And so that would be one area to look. Now, the fact that there is a full moon, we have to look at the moon too. And so the moon is in Scorpio, and Scorpio rules the reproductive system. So our sexual energy, our ability to create, right? It's also the sacral chakra. And so the sacral chakra and the throat chakra, the power to create life, right? The power to create anything usually resides in that sacral chakra.
Is very well associated with creating wealth and creating money, which is why I'm wearing orange today. It's you know, to make money is a creative thing, you know? And when you're in the joy of creation and flow and providing value and service, you know, that's the essence, right?
Right. It exudes from you, life force.
Yeah. So we covered this last night when we were, I think I forget who talked about it, but I think their example was posting online, expressing their gifts and creatively.
Right.
Which was a good example of this. So you're saying there's possibly a block on expressing and speaking when it comes to creating money.
What I see, right, is when I look at this chart, I see the throat chakra on the left where all that Taurus energy is. Mm-hmm. And then where the moon is, I see the sacral chakra. And then I see a line between them, right? And I go, how smooth is that flow of energy between our throat chakra and our sacral chakra? Is there an ability to create and speak? Is there an ability to speak what it is we wish to create? Do we know what we want? Can we speak it? Can we ask for what we want? Do we feel valuable enough to truly ask for what we want? Do we feel worthy enough to ask for what we truly, like in our soul, right, in the depths of us, we want?
Okay. As you notice, we can work a lot with the chakras here and make those connections. So as we focus on the sacral chakra and the throat chakra, having communication and releasing the blocks, think about that. My ability to speak what I'm creating. So I invite all of you to focus on that area, sacral chakra zone, your throat chakra. What's the connection? Focus on it, notice it. Tap the back of the hand. Connection between the sacral and the throat chakra. My ability to speak what I'm creating. Be there with it. Keep tapping on the back of the hand. Rub the sore spots. Even though there may be a block in between my sacral and throat chakras, I love and accept myself. Even though I may have hesitation to speak about or to speak what I'm creating, I love and accept myself. Tap the pinky finger. Top of the head. Inside eyebrow. Left hand, 2 fingers on the left collarbone point or below the collarbone point. Tapping on the back of the hand. Noticing the signal between my second sacral chakra and my throat chakra getting through. Deep breath in. Halfway out. All the way out. Halfway in. Breathe normally. Deep breath in and out. Okay. Anybody want to share any sensations or feelings or thoughts they're having on this specific focus? Augustine doesn't speak English, but he is on board. Great to have you here, man. How do you say that in Spanish? goodness. You know, I used to live in Ecuador, and I tried to speak Spanish for a while. I necesito más practicar. No comments, no suggestions, or... Okay.
I have something here, Michael.
Yeah, bring it on up. Let's go.
All right. So what is the degree to which everyone feels like on a scale of 0 to 10 that they know what they want, 1, and 2, that they know how to ask for what they want?
Okay.
Or 3, that they feel worthy enough to really, truly, deeply ask for what it is they truly, deeply, deeply desire.
What do I want?
Yeah.
Okay. We could all get more clear on what we actually want. Think about this phrase. What do I want? What do I want? Side of the hands. What do I want? Right hand knuckle on the left side, tapping on the back of the hand. Think about the question. Focus on the statement, what I want. What I want. What I want. Knuckle on the right hand, knuckle on the left side, tapping on the back of the hand. Deep breath and hold. Halfway out. All the way out. Halfway in. Breathe normally. Focus on your crown chakra. Focus on what I want. Rub the sore spots and acknowledge what the block is that keeps you from knowing what you want. Even though I have a block that's keeping me from knowing what I really, truly want, focusing on the crown chakra, I love and accept myself. Right, so often we think we want something, but it really leads to something else. And then ask yourself, why do you really want these things? Tap the chin. What I want, crown chakra. If you want, you could put one hand on the crown chakra. That allows you to keep the focus. And then tap the back of the hand. What I want. Knowing what I want. What do I want? Right? Having awareness with what you really, truly want. Now go up 7 chakras from the head. So if you got 1 right here, we call the halo chakra. And then 2 is like an arm's length. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Focus on that. Tap the side of your hands. What I want. Knowing what I want. Being aware of what I want. Maybe aware of what you are. Head squeeze on exhale 4 times with that same focus. What I want. Good. Okay. You can raise your hand and unmute. Keeping the communication and the flow here with everybody. Lotus, what do you think about that?
Peter Jackson said in the comments, I don't know how to ask.
Good. Anybody sometimes don't know how to ask. So I kind of wanted to start with like knowing what you want first, and now let's ask for it, right? Okay, sore spot. Even though I don't know how to ask for what I want, I love and accept myself. And some of you might be one step before that. Even though I don't even know what I want, I love and accept myself. You don't need to know. Which is funny because once you release it, you'll definitely know. But you don't need to know. Peter, unmute again. So, tell me again. What you said you don't know what you want, or you don't know how to ask what you want.
I kind of know what I want, but I don't know how to ask for it.
Okay. I want you to think about 25 chakras below your root. 25 chakras below your root. -1 is your knees. -feet, the -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 25. I don't know how to ask for what I want. Tap the side of your hands. This is how Gary Spivey confirmed to me that I was releasing hell dimensions. It's like Dante's Inferno, as he says. These layers of reality. And that was the correction for that. Very simple. One of the most profound exercises, one of the things I like to do, like with my daily routine, I'll just stand there before I'm going to do like yoga exercises or whatever, and I'll just tap the side of my hands, and I'll just go through and put awareness on all my chakras. From up, down, or down, up. I usually do from down, up, but really great exercise to do. Okay, Peter, now, what do you notice now?
There's still not clear how to ask. It's just like I think that the first thing, I know a lot of things at the same time. The first thing is, for me, is just like, because I'm diabetic type 1, I would like to kind of like get over it.
Yeah, you got so much stuff in your head, it's blocking you. So focus on the center of your head. Do the head squeeze on exhale 3 times and focus on asking for what you want. Now, how would you ask for what you want? Let's put it into a practical way.
Talking to my inner self.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Practice asking for what you want to your inner self right now. And as you do that, tap your chin. So I'm putting him in the activity of what we're clearing. Really key, right? So think about asking what you want, like praying to God, or yourself, the universe, right? Head squeeze on exhale 10 times as you focus on asking your inner self what you want. This is going to be profound. Geo with the sneezes, yeah. Letting it go already. Talk about blocks of manifesting. Holy cow. Hitting on something huge here. Think about asking for what you want. Take a deep breath in and out the mouth. Okay, now when you ask for what you want, try it again and notice what it's like.
It's not like a voice inside of me. It's just like a feeling that's coming inside of me and saying that the security.
Nice. Yeah, I can feel a huge opening with everybody on that. That was pretty cool, man. I never focused on that before. So that's why I love talking with you guys and having you guys chime in, because it's like, man, it's so cool. Let's go one step further. Now, this is going to tune into a different frequency. Asking for what you want with money. Right? So when I pray to God or the universe or my higher self or set an intention or with money, there's a whole training on this, on how much you should ask for and everything like that. But as you focus on that generally, I guess, praying to God with money. God, I want $10,000 a month. Or whatever your goal is. $5,000 in my new business. $20,000 for my business. A new job where it has X amount of money. Practice that. Asking for money. Asking, transmitting, intending, however you want to say it, right? Asking yourself to receive in that kind of way. Focus on the center of your head. Head squeeze on exhale 6 times. Asking for money. Focusing on the center of this head. The upper dantian. There we go. How's that?
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Much clearer.
Anybody want to chime in? Oh, you got Christina with her hand up. Did you want to chime in with this, or what would you like to share or ask?
I was saying for the longest time I have troubles expressing myself, and
okay.
When I did some work around that, I realized that it's from a childhood thing where I was shushed, basically by my mother in particular. So ever since
you were shushed? I'm sorry.
I was shushed. I was shushed, so I was not allowed to speak.
Like shh.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I wasn't allowed to speak or express myself or my thoughts, and sometimes even.
Okay. Shh. Side of the hand. I'm keying you in, so just, you don't have to put the trigger on me, but just notice how you feel when you get shushed. We're going to help you with this. Rub the sore spot. Acknowledge how you feel when you get shushed. Everyone else, what's the block with expressing yourself? Why are you not expressing yourself the way you want to? Even though I'm not expressing myself because of blah, 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 I love and accept myself. Christina, how do you feel when you get shushed? And I apologize for doing it to you. However, I want to trigger you and get it out.
Well, the trigger worked. I just feel like I don't matter.
Great. Even though I feel like I don't matter, I love and accept myself. You can say it silently or out loud. Keep going. How else do you feel when you get shushed? This goes deeper.
My voice doesn't matter.
Even though my voice doesn't matter, I love and accept myself. So many people here are tuning into that and releasing it. So good. Keep going. What else is there? This is important. When you're doing this sore spot exercise on something for the first time, acknowledge one thing at a time. It's like the lunch tray analogy.
I feel invisible.
Even though I feel invisible, I love and accept myself. What else? There's more. Shh. Quiet.
I can't express myself.
Even though I can't express myself. Even if I can never express myself, I love and accept myself. All right, you're just acknowledging for what it is. You don't have to change nothing. You're just feeling it, acknowledging it, accepting it. It's okay, I have it. Okay, now when you think about being shushed, what do you notice now?
I'm getting sweats.
You're getting what?
The sweats.
The sweats. there's the heat again, right? So I got to release. It creates heat as chi travels through the nerves. Anything else you want to share with that?
Yeah, it's just this affected me throughout my even adult life in speaking in public, speaking in groups, singing. Yeah. I feel this like big block.
Oh yeah.
Of public any type of speaking or expressing my voice in any kind of way.
Good. I was looking forward to when we start actually focusing on the future here, and so this is a good example. Now, I want everybody to just notice. All she did was a sore spot exercise, 4, 5, 6 times. She didn't need any other corrections to get that release. That's how profound that technique is, right? Mari knows this too. He had pain that got released. He had a major release doing the same thing, just sore spot. So if there's anything you can add to what you do every day, put this in it. It's so simple, and it's really profound. Okay. How do you want to feel in the future expressing yourself in a believable way?
Free of being me, free to express.
Free. Yeah. And where will you be when you do this next? Right? I'm getting her dialed into a specific time and place.
Well, I think this is gonna help me in different areas in my life, in different ways of expressing and speaking.
Sure. It will, and it probably already is. Think of one place, so we just have like a direct moment in time. Remember this quote from my mentor, Joanne Callahan, that she told me privately on a call. The fuzzier your focus, the fuzzier the result. The clearer your focus, the clearer the result. So the more precise you can get with when you're clearing, you can count on there being a shift. Much more.
Okay.
So I could have you think about 10 scenarios, and you're like, your mind's not even focusing on it, really. But if I have you think about, when I'm at work and I got to stand in front of the conference table and I have this little report, or I'm going to be at lunch and I'm going to say a little speech, or I'm going to be in front of a group of friends and, all right, everyone, let's get together. Where will you be? Or you'll be on stage speaking in front of people. What's realistic? where are you going to be, etc.?
Okay, I would say content creation, and with that I mean even like being present and speaking myself.
Good. Okay, so you're standing in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know you're going to get seen by hundreds or thousands or plus more people. And you want to feel free. Tap the side of your hands. So you go into reversal just right there. Good focus. So everyone else, where are you going to be when you express yourself? With what you're creating. Rub this sore spot and notice what you feel when you're there in front of the camera, wanting to feel free. What keeps you from feeling free expressing yourself? And you hit record. It's going to go up online. What's the stop?
I feel like I might stutter.
Good. Even though I might. I'm sorry, what's that?
Or forget what I'm about to say.
Good. So let's do each of those individually. Even though I feel like I'm gonna stutter, I see myself in front of the camera. It's rolling. I see myself there. The red button's pressed. I love and accept myself. And then what was the second one? Even though
that I may forget so basically I would blank out.
Yeah, even if I blank out when I'm recording, I love and accept myself. Or going live. Hey, we're live right now. This is not a recording for those of us that are here for real. I saw the first heart on the YouTube. It was so crazy because I'm like, wait, are we streaming? And we got that. Thank you forever who hit that heart emoji thing. You confirmed it for me. Okay. Okay, that was good. We got shadow reversal right there. Okay, again, focus on sitting in front of the camera, recording. For everyone else, how do you express what you're creating to everybody? You're going to focus on 4 chakras above the head. You got 1 here, 2 there, 3 above that, 4. Notice your focus. You're standing in front of the camera. Free. I feel free expressing myself. Head squeeze on exhale 4 times. And then side of the hand. I want you to now do the sore spot and acknowledge how you feel now. What just came up? Certain specific image or scene or feeling come up? Christina?
No, I feel a little bit calmer now.
Okay. Okay, go back, focus on 4 chakras above your head, and tap on the back of your hand. And again, picture yourself feeling free expressing yourself on the camera. Okay, good. So now when you think about expressing yourself, what do you notice? And how much do you feel free when you're doing it?
I nearly feel confident enough, but not quite there yet.
Okay.
But it's coming.
That's a good improvement. So now you want to feel confident enough. Different emotion. Feeling free is one thing. Confident is a different thing. And feeling confident, the desire to feel confident is like a push. Is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so when you're pushing, is that more of a contraction or is that open?
I think a contraction.
Yeah. Yeah. So focus on 4 chakras above the head again. Focus on your need to want confidence that you don't have. Head squeeze on exhale twice. Okay, now what do you notice now when you express yourself? Or you see yourself express yourself in your mind in the future? Paul,
I don't know why.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Yep.
I don't know why, but I felt a bit nauseous.
You said nauseous.
Yes.
Good. You got energy flowing. We're hitting on a point here. I mean, we're focused on a chakra above your head, and now you're feeling nauseous. Something's happening.
Oh.
So that's good. Well, let's follow that. Where do you notice the nausea, and how does it feel?
So throat and chest.
Good. So notice the throat and the chest on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you notice it?
8.
Good. You're going to take your right hand with the knuckles and you're going to put it on the point below your collarbone. You're still focusing on that chakra, 4 chakras above your head, and you're noticing the nausea. Tapping on the back of the hand. You got your hand there? A lot of focuses. So you got your hand like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 4 chakras up. Nausea, deep breath in, hold. Halfway out, hold. And you can release. You can bring your hands down. That's it. How much nausea do you still feel?
It's a lot less, but
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Good. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is it now?
Probably a 5.
Under the nose, I will get over this nausea. Good. Chin, I am over this. I'm over this nausea. Middle finger, I've always been over this nausea. Collarbone, I am always over this nausea. I am always over this. And Paul on YouTube said, amazing, I had the same block. So thank you, Christina, for bringing this up.
Oh, thank you.
We have other individuals tuning in too as well. Great. Okay, how much nausea do you still notice, if any?
I'm on a 3.
Yeah. You're going to focus on the center of your chest, in the middle cavity. Right hand knuckle, left collarbone point. Focusing on the center of your chest, tapping on the back of the hand. Still noticing this nausea. And just breathe normally as you tune into this. By the way, even if you're not experiencing this, just doing these exercises while we're tuned into these areas and these chakras is really profound. This is the energy body hack I wish I knew so many years ago. And it's so cool. It's like you can start to understand that your energy system a little bit when you're doing these kind of things. So like, I love it so much. Okay, what do you notice now?
I just a few seconds ago I felt a little bit emotional.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Peeling the layers, letting stuff flow that's been held back, repressed, right? Feeling is healing. Now think about standing in front of the camera or sitting or however you film. Think about filming. What do you notice now? See the lights, see the pictures, see yourself in the zoom finder or your cell phone screen. What do you notice now? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel? And for everybody else, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel when you picture yourself standing in front of others, expressing what you're creating, your business, your service, your position?
I feel like a 6 right now.
Good. Notice what stops you from feeling a 10. Positive 10, right?
Mm.
Focus on the center of your head. Notice what stops you from feeling that 10 when you express yourself. Head squeeze 4 times on exhale. And blow that toxic block out. Okay. Let me know when you're done.
Yeah.
Great. Tap your collarbone. I am always free expressing myself. Right, and see yourself there. I'm always free expressing myself in front of my camera when I'm filming. I'm always free expressing myself in front of, right? Could be to one person. Could be to your boss, right? Or a client or a prospect, right? Okay, good. How do you feel now when you picture it? Christina, how do you feel now when you picture it? Am I on? Is this working? I think she went off. Well, we'll move on. Christina, thank you so much for participating. Okay. I don't know how well you guys are tuned in here. I'm giving a lot of focus to specific individuals. But I see a lot of you still participating. We got some comments in YouTube now. Antonio, powerful and enriching sessions as always. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I realized I was looking at my timer wrong. I got the countdown timer from when we start to 2 hours. So that was not the right time when I mentioned it before. I was like, it wasn't not 40 minutes. It was like an hour and 20. All right. So, Lotus, how do you think it's going so far? I always call up Lotus after these and I'm like, what'd you think? Right?
Wow. Well, that was a big pocket of energy that just got cleared, everyone. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Impressive. Wow. At first I was feeling a little like nauseous and seasick. I was really feeling that along with Christina. That was some deep stuff, right?
Yeah.
And now as I tune into the collective and I tune into this group and where we're at, I keep having this thought, which is,
what's that?
We haven't even looked at, just as a broad general overview, this one word.
What's this word?
This one word. Money.
Oh.
Right?
Not that
money.
Word. No.
That word. Yeah. That one word, right? You just like a shock went through everyone as I said that, right? It's like money. It's like it does something, right? So I'm kind of curious, right? Money, 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 right? Because everyone's like, yes, we want to make money. So I'm kind of, would it be a good idea, do you think, to ask everyone, like on a scale of 0 to 10 now, what would be your number for money, right? Just overall, when you think about money and your relationship to it, and then maybe do like a blowout around that collective relationship to money and see what happens at the end, to kind of give people like, we came to this event, we had this one way of being with money, and now we're leaving with this whole raised frequency around money. Because at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, it kind of takes money to build, doesn't it? In this world, this society, it takes value to build more value. So that was what was coming to me.
Yeah. That's a good place to start. It reminds me of like when we focus on like a health thing. Some individual will come to me, can you use tapping on a health thing? It can be extremely beneficial. Absolutely. And so like, I want to get over this ailment I have, where I have a stomach ulcer or something, right? Okay, great. We can focus on stomach ulcer and how you feel and all those things, and that'll definitely be helpful. But really, one of the most crucial things to do is just fix the blocks to, I just want to be healthy. I want my body to heal. Like, those are really crucial, because how can you heal an ailment if you're just like, you have a counter intention not to heal, right? And so the same thing if we focus on, I want money. Just that basic phrase is really crucial. I want to make money. I want to take payment. I want to have more, right? Consciously, you may think that, but subconsciously, there's probably a battle going on. And why would you not want money subconsciously? It's because in the past, money has caused pain. Money has threatened your survival. How would it threaten your survival? Well, if I have money, and a lot of this is past life stuff, by the way. Some of it's in the DNA. Some of it's both. If I have a lot of money, someone might come and rob me like before 5 lifetimes ago when I got killed. Okay? If I have money, I'm going to feel nauseous like I did all these other lifetimes ago and feel sick because someone poisoned me when I had a lot of money. It's really like that. And so a lot of it's out of our awareness. And you don't always have to know what happened in my past life to clear this stuff or what's going on in the DNA. The portal is the feeling. That's why we're always working on getting you to feel and tune into it so much, because it'll transcend the dimensions of time and space and lifetimes and DNA layers and whatever it might be. And so it's really crucial. So when you focused on money, when Lotus said focus on money, did you feel something? When you pull out your wallet and look at it, where do you really feel? Right? When you look at a bill, does it mean slavery? You feel like stuck. You feel chained to these things. Right? Or you look at your bank cards or your credit cards. How does that make you feel? Right? Now, it's okay to have negative emotion. It's natural. But when you get stuck on it and we continue creating those feelings and those circumstances those feelings have, that's when it's really an issue. So it's great to have awareness. You can feel bad. It's fine. You can take action to shift things. But is that feeling transcending time and space in your history and in your family. I invite you to rub your sore spot and acknowledge what feelings just came up as I was working on triggering you right now and getting you keyed in. Right? And this is the time to like be real. Even though I hate this money stuff. Right? Even if it's that. Anybody want to be a volunteer for who's willing to be vulnerable to share some of their deep feelings with that?
Well, Michael, when you said I hate this money stuff,
yeah,
I went, oh my God, I do. I totally do. Like, I would just love if we could pay each other in leaves and flowers in the forest. And, you know, there wasn't a need to go out there and make all this money and sacrifice our time and energy. And, you know, it's like, why can't we all just have everything we need? Right.
Yeah.
And so I could just feel into just that depth of intensity, right? Of like, money, like, just like so many challenges in my life or in other people's lives. And it's just so deep.
Good. Acknowledge it. Even though I feel all these things, I love and accept myself.
Even though I feel all of this so deeply, I completely love and accept myself.
And I think you're doing great bringing this awareness. And I also see a big smile on your face, which, and you're presenting too. So, how do you really freaking feel about it? Right. And Magali says, I related to this.
I feel like it's so unfair. Like, I feel like money is unfair. Even though I feel like money is so unfair. Completely love and accept myself.
Anybody else want to chime in with this too? We could do a panel. Chime in. What do you notice? Yep, just go for it. Mohammed?
I feel there is limited amount of money and it is not for everyone.
Yeah. Good.
And I am not deserved to have much.
Okay, one at a time. Even though I feel like there's not enough money for me, it's okay. I love and accept myself. Even though, what was the other one? I don't deserve.
And because it's limited, it's not enough for me.
Yeah.
It's not enough for everyone.
Yeah, acknowledge it. Even though, how would you say it?
Even though there may be even though there is always low amounts of money, it's okay. I love and accept myself.
Good. Back of the hand. Continue noticing how you feel. Money. Chin. I am over this. I am over all this stuff.
I'm over this.
Collarbone. I am always over all this. Side of the hand. I want to always be over all this.
I want to be always over all this.
Head squeeze. Exhale twice. Money. Money. Pinky finger. As you tap the pinky finger, I want you to practice forgiveness for the scenario. What if you could come to understanding and compassion to the whole scenario that we're in as life lessons, a way to get stronger and grow more, reoccurring past experiences that are becoming aware so you can confront them and change it? I forgive the whole money system for putting me into pain. Because it's all my creation anyways. I created all this. Ultimately. I forgive myself for feeling this way. And a lot of you might say this in a much different way. Deep breath in and out. Now think about money again. Do you feel different about it? I feel a shift with everybody. Is it all gone? Probably not. But I do feel a much bigger strength with everyone's energy when you focus on money now. Who has something still lingering? Which is going to go more into a specific again. Lotus, you want to add? There you go.
Yep. I keep hearing in my head, this is probably from childhood and my mom and things she always said, but there's never enough money.
Good.
Right? Like, there's just never enough money. And that, like, oh, that feeling. Frustration.
Head squeeze 7 times. There's never enough money. If you're on YouTube watching right now and you're not doing this, holy cow. You're putting one hand on your forehead, one hand on the back of the head, and you're squeezing on the exhale, just a few grams of pressure as you're focusing on that statement. There's never enough money. You're confronting it, you're bringing it up, and you're getting it out of the contractedness with it out of your field. This process stimulates the immune system. Sore spot, even though I feel like there's never enough money, and I can never have what I want with money, I completely love and accept myself. Left hand knuckles, left collarbone. There's never enough money. Tapping on the back of the hand. Deep breath in. Halfway out. All the way out. And that's it. There's never enough money. Okay, I feel a shift there. Gio's got a nice yawn. Very good. It's good to see you guys. The few of you that still have your camera on. Anybody still with the charge with that?
Christina C. just said a really good one.
What she got?
She said, I am unworthy of money. Oh, that's deep. I feel that one. Yeah, that's profound.
Good. Christina, thank you for chiming in. How would you really say that? Like, when you say you were really emotional, do you say, "Oh, I'm so unworthy with money," or do you say something that's like more with your conditions and how you really feel? How would you really feel it if you got into that feeling?
I think I would say it exactly the same. And the reason being,
okay.
Yeah. Reason being because actually I developed a money block about 5 years ago.
Side of the hand.
When my mom...
Yep, side of the hand. Slippery money. I am unworthy of money. Five chakras below your root, 3 chakras below your feet. I am unworthy of money. Rub the sore spot as you feel in that area. Even though I am unworthy of money, I love and accept myself. Let it release. It's okay. It's just energy. It's just an idea that was held on to. Good. Tap your chin. I am over being unworthy of money. Side of the eyes. I will always be over feeling unworthy with money. Or unworthy of money. Collarbone. I am always over feeling unworthy of money. Head squeeze on exhale 4 times. I am unworthy of money. Allow yourself to feel it. Welcome it. So it can release. You guys are doing great. Christopher, don't drive and squeeze your head, please. Safety precautions. Paul just said nice. He had a big release. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. It's good. I need the feedback or else I'm just like sitting here. So I appreciate that.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
I have this thought of when I do energy clearings on money.
Yeah.
It helps for some time, and then I get back to my patterns, and then I stop money from flowing. Like I do the energy clearings, and then a couple days or a week or however it takes, money comes in, and then I feel like I need energy clearing again.
This is a great question and a great comment and observation because this is real. This can happen. And so why would something come back after you clear it? It's because it's not fully cleared. It gets released. So you get it in your field, you release a charge, there's less mass there, but you still have a past thing that's still there. You still have a past engram or a past traumatic event that hasn't been solved in your DNA or in the past, whether this life or a past lifetime, that really needs to be addressed. So how do you do that? Well, there's methods on date locating and going back and finding the specific root, right? If we were to work one-on-one, we can do that. Or you just allow yourself to get so deep into the trigger that it gets to the root. Those are 2 ways to do that. So, yeah, so this is a start. And the deeper you go, when you get the release, when you finally get like, the heat that flows through your body or the pins and needles and things, like now you got a good release that is likely to not come back again. But if you're just releasing the charge a little bit and you can operate for today, there's more there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So you just keep going down the line with it, right? Just like the onion peels. Just notice, okay, now when I experience it, what is it? You're going deeper and deeper and deeper. If you continually notice what's on the surface as you're clearing, you get down to the root of it. You don't have to do some crazy regression thing or it can be helpful, but just noticing and feeling and being aware and keep, what else do I notice now? You'll get down to it. So it's the increasing awareness that is huge with us. But that's a good observation, because that's real.
Hey,
And that's why we're just scratching the surface with this stuff. And I know that there's so many other things on this chart and that's activated and things like that. So, Lotus and I were considering, maybe this is like the biggest turnout I think I've had with just like a single workshop. And it's on the money, and it usually is the big money stuff. And so we were considering, well, if we were to do this like tomorrow, and maybe on an ongoing basis, specifically with money, because people it's a big thing, it's a popular subject. Would you guys want to continue working on this? And this would be probably like more of a paid experience, more of a smaller group, more one-on-one interaction. If you guys are interested in continuing to go deeper and deeper on this, especially tomorrow, because there's still the full moon window, so we're going to go deeper on this stuff. There's still other areas we were talking about further.
We just scratched the surface, y'all.
Yeah. Because you also mentioned saving money and spending money, which goes with Bori's slippery money thing. There's more with the worthiness and the millionaire billionaire planet conjunction thing. So consider. So I don't even have a webpage for this. This is kind of a spur of the moment thing. If you're interested and we have enough response and you'd like to join us tomorrow for a paid experience, and I'll do something that's affordable for you guys, send an email to where you got the Zoom invite from and respond and say, yeah, I'm interested. I want to join you guys tomorrow or in the future. So we're considering doing maybe an ongoing thing with this subject, because there's such depth to money. And you may want it. You may want it. Lotus, I think you froze a little bit again. You're still
I
there,
sure
though.
did.
Yeah.
I got a big smile on my face.
You got a big smile on your face. That's a good
Yeah. I look like I won the lottery or something. There's another good one to clear, right? Miracles and windfalls and miraculous money appearing. That's a good one to clear.
I remember I was at a grocery store filling out a contest ticket for a new bike. They had like this bike up on the display, and sign up to win for free, right? And as I'm filling this out, I'm thinking about feeling what it's like to win the bike. I literally get a phone call in that minute, and I won a bike from a different grocery store that had a different bike contest. And I was like, what in the craziness is going on here? Yeah, it's real. So yeah.
So are we going to just do that call tomorrow, and then whoever wants to jump on board, they can join us? We just want to go for it and just say we're going to do it and keep going with the money.
Yeah, I would like to. I mean, there's a lot to cover here. All of you have more specific things, right? We didn't even go into like traumas of money, right? What money traumas have you gone through? Divorces, bankruptcies, going in crazy, right? Focusing on debt. And there's so many areas.
Mm-hmm.
And we can give you the releases that you're looking for and still need or want. Do you need to do this to make money? I mean, I don't know the billionaires. Do they do tapping? I don't know. Maybe some of them do. Maybe they do nowadays. They didn't before. But there wasn't as much stuff in everyone's fields either. And so much complications. The EMFs, the toxins, they actually mess with your energy field that make it harder for you to work through things. But yeah. We had a woman who emailed us after one of these workshops. She's like, I finally found the job of my dreams after I was unemployed for so long.
Oh, that's right. Cool.
So hopefully we hear some stories from you guys of things that happen. So let's end this off on a positive note. Let's unleash towards the positive. What would be, when you think about money, a believable emotion that you might be able to achieve here as you're clearing, right? Like, what if I could just feel peace about money? What if I could just feel at ease with money? I think Kira had a great one. I think it was her. She had an example. She just wanted to feel that my bills just get taken care of. I just have this feeling of trust that everything's going to work out. What if you could focus on something like that? And then we can clear. So Anthony wants to feel powerful. And you can. But consider, are you trying to feel powerful? Because I'm not powerful yet. Or do you feel excited to feel powerful? I would consider asking that question, because if you're fighting to feel powerful because you don't have the power, you'd probably want to acknowledge that you don't have power and clear it, and then notice what you want then. So I encourage everyone to rub your sore spots and acknowledge what keeps you from feeling peace, at ease, feeling good, comfortable, whatever it might be. A nice, neutral, slightly positive emotion that's believable to you. Or if you're freaking winning it, what's the next level? What stops you from feeling that peace, that content, that trust with money? So, Anthony, even though I don't feel powerful with money, I love and accept myself. Anybody else want to chime in with the block to feeling at ease and comfortable and okay with money? Yep, good focus. Mari's getting it. He's in it. Head squeeze on exhale 6 times, focusing on the center of your head as you focus on wanting to be or being peaceful, at ease, and trusting with money. Rub the sore spots. Focus on the center of your skull. What's the block keeping you from feeling peace and at ease and content and trusting? I'm kind of giving you a bunch of examples. If you'd have picked the one that is best for you. Even though I don't feel how you want to feel, notice in the center of the skull, I love and accept myself. What else is the block that keeps you from feeling that? And notice in the center of the skull. Okay? Notice on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you feel that positive emotion. How much do you feel peace or content or trusting? Tap your index finger. I allow myself to let this go. Chin. Middle finger. Feeling peace, contentment, trusting with money. What does that really feel like? How does your body respond when you trust money will be there for me? I don't know. The universe will figure it out. Now that I know my energy is better, I'm going to manifest better. It's all going to work out. I don't know how. Focus on the chakra below your feet. This nice feeling with money. Head squeeze on exhale 4 times. Feeling okay, content, trusting with money. Release the block below. That allows you to stay grounded when you focus on trusting and feeling at ease and peaceful with money. Now focus on your root chakra. Tap your middle finger. Pinky finger. Collarbone. Side of the hand. Chin. Root chakra. A nice, relaxed, easy, peaceful, trusting feeling with money. That's the flow feeling, man. And then when you have a desire, it just skyrockets. It's not even a thing. Left hand, knuckles, left collarbone. Focus on your root chakra. Feeling that nice sensation with money. Tapping on the back of the hand. Deep breath in, hold. Halfway out. All the way out. Halfway in. Okay, you can breathe normally. Sorry if you guys were holding your breath. Sorry. Root chakra. Nice, easy, trusting feeling with money. Good. I feel almost like some people are like getting like a lightheadedness and like almost like a flush feeling, which is good. Yeah, I got a little confirmation on that. I felt some of you, maybe not everybody, but okay. What else is there? Okay, tune back into it. Notice on a scale of 1 to 10, how peaceful or trusting or at ease or peace do I feel with money right now? Looking at money, looking at bills, stacks of bills, money in my wallet, money from my job, the paycheck. Focus on the chakra at your knees. Tap your collarbone. Go deeper into this feeling. Notice the blocks. It's like you're traveling to that place and you're noticing the obstacle. As you do the exercise, you're blowing through it. What's the next one? How close do I get? I feel it more. Or I notice a new thing that comes up. Allow myself to feel it. Okay, good. Deep breath in and out. Anybody want to chime in? What do you got? Feeling peaceful with money. Or at ease. Or trusting. Or if you're already banking it, exhilaration. Or whatever it might be. Gio, go ahead.
Secure.
Secure. You feel it? Good. Yeah, you're strong on it. Nice. Fantastic. Round of applause, everybody. You did such a great job. For the 33 of you that stuck around through the whole class here. I know it's very late for some of you guys and gals. Or very early. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope this has been impactful and you are forever shifted energetically as we change your timeline and your DNA structure. consider, if you want to go further, send us an email. Send me an email and say, yeah, I want to be a part of it. What do you want? We're here for you, right? We can already do all this clearing stuff on our own. So let us know if you want to be a part of this, what you want to get out of it, what you still have an issue with, if there's anything still. Maybe it takes a day or two to start remembering what's going on again. And we're here for you. So I want to thank Lotus for being the inspiration and motivation for this call to even happen. So thank you, Lotus. We can all give her a round of applause. If she's still here, is her connection on? I don't know if she's here. She's on YouTube. I see her commenting there. So yeah. So we do these free workshops once in a while. I think the last time I did this, it was like 3 or 4 months ago. So I've been really busy with clients, one-on-ones and private groups and things. So if you want to schedule a session, you can also message us here and so forth. We're here for you guys. Anybody want to share any wins that you experienced while being here? As you notice how you feel now compared to before. Anybody want to share? It's always encouraging. Augustine, he's got his thumbs up. He's enjoying it.
It's been phenomenal, Michael. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What was your most breakthrough part? What did you notice?
There were a couple. Like, I feel like we went through a bunch of different. Like, I feel like it was a wide range. There was a specific moment closer to the end. I don't remember. It was something that was. It was just something specific. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was when we put the knuckles here, and then we did the tap in here, and something, it just kind of like shifted a whole bunch of other things, and even you mentioned it. You mentioned that something big happened, and I felt it, and also with the participations of other people, everything I could relate with what people were saying, and it was very accurate to what I like, almost like if they were saying it better than I could have.
Yeah. It's interesting. The whole mastermind effect, it still perplexes me, because it's like something magical happens when we're in the group like this and we're all just working together. Even though if you don't have the story going on, but someone else does, and it makes you feel something, you're following along, and something clears and you feel the things. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's special to do these calls with the group. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, the collarbone breathing correction is very significant. Your kidney system is the most crucial system of your body. It's specifically called the kidney system, the chi energy for your kidneys, which is connected to your heart, your bones, your liver, lungs, brain. Very significant. So it puts all these energies on track. And when that's off, usually that's when people are clumsy or even have schizophrenia and things. It's a very profound and important correction to make. So glad you experienced that. Yeah. Awesome. Tony, great to see you. Tony's been a masterclass student and has done the clearing techniques for himself and others. So great to see you again.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, good to be here. Just personal win. Since our work together late last year, I mean, my business is up, 40% month over month.
All right.
And which is a lot of money to me. And I hired my first assistant for this business yesterday. And so, using that money to buy freedom, and then saw the, post for this, your live yesterday, and that this was happening tonight. So totally in line with what's happening for me this week. And tonight was just some of the deepest clearings that I've had with any of my work with you.
Nice.
And I was kind of feeling like I drifted out at a point, but then you mentioned the fuzzy focus quote, and I said, okay, all right, I'm gonna finish this out tonight. And then when Christina got into the expressing herself, and I was completely attuned with that. And for the rest of the evening, it was just kind of off camera, but I just kind of tonight went a little more with body movement as well, where I was feeling the tension. And so that really seemed to help me tonight. And also doing it for, longer than I do it all the time, but, a lot of times it's just quick, and I'd actually had a tapping session last night, something came up, and, releasing this, new chapter in my life, and releasing the old chapter. And when, I saw this was coming up tonight, it was so in line with where I was at personally. And so glad that I showed up. And, that's 90% of it, right? So
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome seeing you again, Tony.
You too.
It's interesting, you have the most profound clearings tonight. Well, if you're going through something, that obviously, makes a difference. But also because you've been clearing, and the more you clear, the easier it gets and the deeper you go, right? And then like when you finally have time to sit down for, what are we here, 2.5, almost 3 hours now, you get just such a depth when you sit for it with the moment, and you follow that chain back further and what's coming up next and all these things. Pretty significant. And thank you for sharing.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And, and because we worked before and then, coming back tonight, I felt the blocks that built back up, specifically with money, because the business has been growing, right? So, it was just perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to hear your win. 40% up. Yeah. Awesome. Gio, you got your hand up. Want to share? Hey, Gio, I really appreciate your support. He's always posting on Facebook and sharing these calls with everyone. So, Gio, we really appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, my friend. I did the same thing with the Spanish community as well.
Yeah.
Even here.
Yeah.
It's been Mauricio and I were all over the place. But I want to go ahead and appreciate you tonight. Go out with the upcoming session. And my win for tonight was when you were talking about childhood, and you were talking about the fuzzy objects. I focused and I got very emotional, started to get teary eye, and very emotional twice. Can you hear me?
Gio, we can hear you. It sounds like there's a lot of reverb. I don't know if it's because of the shape of the room, but if you could try and get closer to the mic and not necessarily scream louder, but just get closer to see if that works.
Is this any better? No? Here? I was just saying, can you hear me? So I can continue?
Yes.
Okay. All right. My win was I was very emotional. We talked about the childhood and about the fuzzy object. So I focused.
Yes.
And it made me teary-eyed.
Yeah.
It made me very emotional. And I feel very lighter between everything else, especially that particular moment. I feel like I'm floating right now. So I appreciate you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Lighter, floating.
Yeah.
Exteriorizing from the mass. It's a good place to be.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good time to send some more beautiful intentions of what you're creating. So cool. Christina, you got your hand up. Go ahead. Thank you again. Thank you, Christina, for participating. I think you.
Oh no, I was just clapping for Gio.
That was a clap. I thought it was a hand up. Well, anyhow, thank you for participating. It sounds like others were able to tune into their own things because of you. So.
Oh yeah, but thank you, really. And I'm sorry, I have to watch the recording back because I got disconnected. So. I don't know. I felt like that even was a block or something as we were working through that. But I'll look back at the recording and complete it. Thank you so much for that hearing. I really appreciate it.
Very welcome. Yeah. All right. Well, Lotus, I see you're on YouTube trying to jump back on, but I don't see you signing back in. But again, thank you, Lotus, for being with us and give us those astrological reports. If you want a session with her, which is super profound, you can get your chart read. You can also email me, and I can forward you to her, which is also profound. And then what we've been doing recently, that some people have been working with both of us at the same time, getting your chart reading, which is really your soul imprint of what you come in with this in lifetime with your vibration in that specific moment in time where the planets are. And then you can actually clear really specific things that you have in your field that's always just like freaking out of this world. So maybe another thing you want to consider, but we're here for you guys. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. My name is Michael Grady. Much love.